What's going on, guys? Flyby Simulations here, and welcome back to the fourth iteration of my weekly add-on spotlight series, where we take a look at all the new add-ons that have been released, announced, or updated for Microsoft Flight Simulator in that particular week. In stark contrast to what we had last week in terms of updates and developments for add-ons, this week we actually have a good variety, which means we have a good amount of airports released, we have a good amount of aircrafts released, as well as a decent amount of utilities released for the simulator. So it should be pretty exciting. Again, if you guys enjoy the content you guys are seeing on the channel right now, a like rating goes a long way in helping a small channel like me out. As well as that, please consider subscribing to the channel if you guys enjoy the content, and hit that little notification or bell icon to be notified every time I upload one of these videos, so you guys can stay up to date with everything Flight Simulator. I also have a Discord server that you guys can join if you want to get intimately involved with the Flyby Simulations community. It's a small but thriving community of people who love discussing flight simulation and aerospace. So again, I'll leave a link to that down in the description section of the video. Anyways, with that all said, without further ado, let's jump into this week's add-on spotlight. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so as usual, let's again start this video off by taking a look at some of the notable airports and sceneries that have been released for the simulator, starting with accredited developer ORBX, who have announced Vaclav Havel Airport in Prague. ORBX's new airport serves the capital city of the Czech Republic, and the airport is a hub for airlines such as Czech Airlines and SmartWings. It's also a focus city for airlines such as Eurowings and Ryanair. Now, as usual, ORBX has provided a pretty exhaustive feature list, which you guys can see in the background section of the video right now. However, some of the notable mentions are that the airport promises to be of high quality, with highly detailed modeling and high quality PBR textures. ORBX has also given the surrounding area of the airport a lot of attention. It will feature 21 custom points of interest, such as the Motol University Hospital, the Hvězda Summer Pavilion, the Sestka shopping centers, and more. The team has also added 90 square kilometers of custom ortho imagery to improve the default imagery in the simulator, since it has been affected by cloud coverage, which means the developer has obviously gone above and beyond what Bing Maps offers us in terms of the surrounding area, which means VFR flying should also be tons of fun. So that's all we have from ORBX, but we do have a few more airports and sceneries to check out, so let's go in. Alright, so moving on, we also have the release of Milas-Bodrum Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator by another accredited developer, JustSim. So JustSim has released their rendition of this airport, which is located in Bodrum, Turkey, and is a popular holiday destination for tourists during the summer months. The airport is served by a large number of airlines, with mostly seasonal destinations in Europe. Now, as we can clearly see from the pictures, a lot of effort has gone into making some of the details very custom and very authentic. You can see that the internal terminal building has been modeled very well. You can see that there's also been custom ground textures placed, custom modeling for the air traffic control tower, as well as the surrounding region of the airport has also been made to be as authentic as possible. The scenery can be purchased officially for 16.5 euros from Sim Market. Now, the developer itself hasn't provided an official feature list, but as I mentioned before, from the preview images we can see in the background, we can see an accurately modeled airport featuring the new airport terminal that was actually opened last year, which is great because it shows us that the developer has gone to a great length to actually stay current within the landscape. The scenery also seems to include a terminal interior and other details such as apron vehicles, cars, and passengers and military equipment where appropriate. So pretty cool stuff all around, and let's move on to the last scenery that was available for Microsoft Flight Simulator this week. So to finish things off, we also have Onfinal Studio, who have released their rendition of Mehamn Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Danish scenery developer Onfinal Studio is adding to their growing list of sceneries, this time with Mehamn Airport, ICAO code Echo November Mike Hotel. Located in one of the most northern parts of Norway, Mehamn Airport serves the city of Mehamn and the larger Troms og Finnmark region. The airport is only visited by Widerøe, but offers a lot of destinations to other airports in Norway. Now, I realize that I might have butchered some pronunciations, but I also realize that I have a very global audience, so please be sure to correct me in the comment section of the video if you guys, sort of know how to pronounce that properly. Anyways, an exhaustive feature list was again provided by the developer, but some of the things we can see from the preview images, and to boil things down, the scenery is yet another example of high quality and detailed modeling as well as PBR textures, and the terminal as well has been faithfully recreated. The airport is available for a modest price of 7.99 euros from Sim Market. So with the sceneries and airports all covered, let's jump into some of the new aircraft news we've heard this week. Starting with FENIX A320, which is the study level A320 that has been in development by FENIX Simulations that has now officially entered beta. The team has continued to work with their alpha testers to put the aircraft through its paces over the last couple months, and now the team are ready to explore the next stage and send it to a small beta team. The beta team that FENIX Simulations has put together are from various backgrounds to represent the market as best as possible, which is great to see. So some of the people who are in the beta program have never flown an Airbus in a flight sim before, whilst others have thousands of hours either as an engineer or as a pilot, which is great to see considering the more people you represent, the more chance it is that you're going to holistically create an enjoyable experience for most of the flight simulation community. So it's great to see that FENIX Simulations has taken this approach. Now, Amir, who is an official developer for FENIX Simulations, updated their blog the other day and said the following: "We are now significantly closer to something that feels like an actual product, with updates and fixes being smaller and less impactful overall than the months prior. The scaffolding is slowly coming down, so to speak. So much so, in fact, that it is easy to forget just how much work remains in front of us." He continued, "Several members of our team are now working 7 days a week to see this project through these later stages of testing as swiftly as possible, and in conjunction with the relatively sizable beta team we have assembled, please rest assured that we are working to get this airplane in your hands as soon as possible." Now, to hear these encouraging words from the actual developer of the aircraft itself is great news, which means 2022 is looking out to be a great year for overall airliners to be released for the simulator. As a small way to celebrate the new milestone, the first Sounds preview video was shared with the wider community as well. This short video is a short walk around of the aircraft, so it's external, it's not internal, but still, nevertheless, pretty good. The preview gives a very good impression of what to expect as you walk the aircraft, and you will be able to hear an immersive sounding experience as you move from one part of the aircraft to another. You can watch the full A320 sound preview in the description section of the video, and in the words of Amir himself, I recommend you guys to crank the volume up. Alright, so moving on from the FENIX A320, let's now move on to the release of the Fokker F7, which is the local legend aircraft that is now available for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Following on from the release of World Update 7 Australia, the next in the Local Legends series is now available to buy and download. The Fokker F7 was first manufactured in the Netherlands and helped to advance the world of aviation during the 1920s and 30s. Adventurers around the world took advantage of the versatile aircraft to discover unexplored areas of the world. It has a range of around about 750 miles and a cruise speed of around about 111 miles per hour. The plane can either carry 8 passengers or up to 5,000 pounds of cargo, thus it quickly became famous for airmail and cargo operations back in the day. One of the most notable flights this aircraft took part in was the crossing from Australia to North America across the Pacific Ocean, which was an adventure taken on by Sir Charles Kingsford Smith, who took the Southern Cross across the ocean, stopping off at various locations along the way. The Southern Cross is one of the many included variants within the package. Other variants of the Fokker F7 include the Friendship, the Josephine Ford, the Fokker F7, and one with a distinctive KLM livery as well. These variations come with floats and ski options as well, and there are also a number of missions included with the package. Now, I've covered all of this information plus a lot more information about the overall roadmap that Asobo has for 2022 in this video you guys are seeing on screen right now. So if you'd like to watch this video after the video you're obviously watching right now, make sure to click on the top right hand corner of the screen or check it out from the description section of the video. This local legend was developed by ORBX officially and is now available in the Microsoft Flight Simulator official marketplace for $14.99 on both PC and Xbox for all users to enjoy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so finally in the aircrafts department, we also have FlyingIron Simulations, who have given an update to their P-38 Lightning. The update addresses an issue with the left engine of the plane, but also includes a few other minor small bug fixes. A full changelog, which is not that exhaustive, can be seen in the background of the screen right now, including a fixed CAT issue causing issues with the left engine, improved VR camera setup, fixed spoilers not deploying in the air, and adding an OpenCanemy SimVAR to support hardware users. Now, FlyingIron Simulations released the P-38 Lightning in September of last year, and since then the team has been hard at work bringing more warbirds to MSFS. The team recently announced that they are working on an F6F Hellcat as well, and also teased some previews of the Focke-Wulf FW190 and Messerschmitt Bf109. All of the details on these aircraft that I just mentioned were actually covered in my previous add-on spotlight video that I made last week, which again you can check out from the top right hand corner of the screen or from the description section of the video, so be sure to do that after you watch this one. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so with the aircraft and sceneries out of the way, let's move on to some of the major utilities that were released for Microsoft Flight Simulator this week, of which there are actually many for the first time. So you want to feel the need for speed? Well, Velocity is now powering VATSIM. Velocity for VATSIM was first announced back in March 2021, and following an extensive development and testing period, the development of Velocity is now complete. Everyone on the VATSIM network will be able to benefit from faster refresh rates, which in turn will result in a smoother and more realistic experience on the network. Now, before the Velocity update, VATSIM clients would pull data from the server and update aircraft positions around about every 5 seconds. However, with the development of Velocity, these updates will now occur up to 5 times every second. The new update means that pilots will see more realistic operations during taxiing, in the air, and even allow for formation flying, which was practically unheard of with the previous iterations of VATSIM. Users will be able to see the smallest of details on other aircraft, such as even the nose dipping when you brake the aircraft. Velocity also brings some other changes to the VATSIM experience, including better error messaging if you are unable to connect to the network. For example, errors will detail if you are missing the P0 exam, have an inactive account, or an incorrect password. New registrations and reactivations will become instant as opposed to the current system where users must wait for next scheduled rating sync with the VATSIM servers. In order to take advantage of the new update, you will need to update your pilot client. Now for vPilot, users will automatically be prompted to update their clients the next time they open vPilot. However, for xPilot and Swift, you have to go ahead and download the latest version from the links down in the description section of the video. Now, users that used to run xSquawkBox will no longer be able to connect to the network, and VATSIM encourages users to move to Swift or xPilot to log on. So pretty exciting stuff with the virtual skies, and it's great to see how VATSIM is also making progress in the flight simulation space. Good news all around. Moving on, we also have some updates from FS2 Crew, who have updated their entire product line with numerous improvements. The biggest point of interest is that the FS2 Crew's RAAS for Microsoft Flight Simulator is now compatible with handcrafted airports that were previously encrypted by the simulator. FS2 Crew says that you can now create custom profiles for these airports by manually defining the runways. Additionally, users can import, create, and share these profiles in order for them to work correctly. Another piece of exciting news is that they are now working on FS2 Crew for the Aerosoft CRJ. This is now in full production, and a release is expected in 3 to 4 weeks. The CRJ was delayed due to the fact that FS2 Crew wanted to have the perfect system in place before taking it on. Thanks to the development of the A320X fly-by-wire version of their product, they feel they have achieved just this. Expect to see more of this in the coming weeks as the product picks up the development pace. Now, outside of these announcements, FS2 Crew have also said that the FS2 Crew Pushback Express and fly-by-wire A320X have both been updated as well. You can find out more on these updates via their changelog, and if you're looking to update the package, just run the FS2 Crew desktop application. And finally, to end things off, we also have ORBX's release of the Fun with Friends expansion pack for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, I was in quite a mental pickle when picking this because I didn't know if I should place this in the sceneries department or the utilities department, but I finally settled on the utilities department because there's so much added to this package that it doesn't just deserve to be in the sceneries department. ORBX has dived into a new territory with the release of a new product designed specifically for having even more fun in Microsoft Flight Simulator. ORBX's Fun with Friends promises to offer an exciting new way to take on challenges and more in the simulator. The new pack will add a number of different challenges, stunts, Easter eggs, and much more to the action-packed product. You will be able to take any aircraft on a number of courses throughout the world, including through the Grand Canyon, Devil's Tower, Loch Ness, the Egyptian pyramids, and more. Each of the courses has different visual markers for you to fly through as you take on the unique challenges, and there's even UFOs for you to find as you make your way through the courses, so pretty exciting stuff. Now what you see in the background right now is a list of courses and the nearest airports that all of these events will be taking place, so it's pretty exciting. Now the Fly with Friends expansion pack is now out for PC, and an Xbox version of the expansion pack will be released soon, so pretty exciting stuff for you console users out there. You can buy ORBX's Fun with Friends right now from ORBX Direct for 6.99 Australian dollars, approximately 4.99 US dollars, or 4.42 euros. And that, ladies and gentlemen, officially brings us to the end of this episode of Add-on Spotlight. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am to check out some of the new airports, sceneries, aircraft, and utilities that have been announced, updated, or released for Microsoft Flight Simulator this week. Now, just to keep this conclusion short, I did want to wish Flyby Simulations, as well as the list of supporters that have supported this channel all throughout this time, a very hearty congratulations for reaching 4,000 subscribers. It's not just a milestone for me, but it's a milestone for the channel, and you guys are just as much a big part of it as I am, so thank you so much for helping me get to this point. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this particular video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more such flight simulation content, and make sure to also join my Discord server, which is linked down in the description section below, and allows you to actually intimately get involved with the ongoings of the channel, and even recommend future videos and so on. As usual guys, thanks for flying by.